Watch how I turn this to this to this. Stay tuned for behind the scene of this office makeover. And make sure you subscribe down below for more DIY. This is what it currently looks like. Looks pretty regular. Where to begin? All right, first we gotta get things out of here. Let me put you guys in this corner. I feel like this is a good corner. Okay, so first easy thing, let's get this chair out of here. This is how we're looking. We took everything out of the room except this table because we don't want it to get into the living room and completely be in our way. But essentially now... Okay, so I plugged into the microphone. Hopefully this is a lot better. Essentially, I'm very excited. We have a completely blank canvas. I'm excited to see the entire transformation in this room. Basically, this is what it looks like from top to bottom. This is everything what it looks like. Let me close the door so you guys can see just fully the room itself. It's a little bit echoing in here because obviously there's no furniture and whatnot. We have the light fixtures up there that we are going to have the electrician come and change. We're going to be making a couple different changes. So we're not going to change the ceiling color. We are going to make, you can tell actually, we're gonna make the walls a little more cooler white. Like it's not necessarily going to be like like a sterile room, but we're gonna get rid of this kind of beigeish yellowish undertone that we have going on here, orangish undertone that we have going on here, and you can kind of see it more when you're looking up above at the ceiling and just the doors and the door frames, etc. You can then tell the difference and see that like this isn't necessarily white, but ultimately that's what we're going to do. And then in this wall here, this is where all the action is going to take place, particularly because this is going to be the accent wall. And I keep looking down because I just want to make sure you guys have a good framing, but this is where the accent wall is going to be, and I'm very excited. It's going to be right here. Right here. We're gonna go for a geometric design here. I kind of wanna add some floating shelves here. So we'll see what that looks like. Either here, I think here, and maybe potentially also here. We're still thinking in terms of furniture, what we want to do. We're definitely going to keep this table. I've had this table for several years now. It goes up, it goes down. It's a standing table. And it has like charging units right here. We obviously need to do some cord management under the table itself. But besides that, it's fine. But yeah, no, this is the room, and I'm very excited. So you guys remember that when we went to Home Depot, we ended up actually getting a sample panel. So what we're doing here, first step, is tracing exactly where we want the accent panels to be. Similarly, we know we want to mount a TV, so we're just getting all the measurements correct to make sure we are tracing that out as well.
She got a diaper on.
Now that we're done designing where all of the slats are going to go, we jotted down each of the measurements, and then we're going to go to Home Depot and buy the approximate measurements. Hey guys, so as you can see behind me, we have started painting the blue. This is actually the second coat of the blue. The blue wall, the accent wall. This is the color that we ended up choosing. Essentially, this is kind of what everything is looking like right now. And you guys can see we have like the tapes under here. Like we'll be able to find all of them.
Number
7. That's number 5. Try number 5. It's 57.
Okay,
this is 48. Number 10. Hey guys, so as you guys can see, we have measured and mounted the panels on the wall. So we took down the tape. We're done painting the other side white, took down the tape. We were able to kind of get some precise measurements, or estimated precise measurements, I'll say, and then ultimately kind of mount everything together based on where we had initially like sculpted it out. I don't know if you guys can actually see. This is the actual like mount, the actual panel that we've mounted, the actual slat, I should say, that we mounted. So now what I'm doing is, and as you can see on my hands, I'm caulking. So there are a couple different gaps and whatnot between the woods. So for example, right here, you'll see that there's a gap, or better yet, let me see. Right here, you'll see that there was a gap there, which I added some caulk and caulked it. I should have gotten an applicator, but it's fine. I don't mind getting messy. And then I will be sanding. So not only am I caulking any gaps, but also I'm adding some caulk to the areas where the mount screws were, just so it's not as harsh. And then I'll be sanding just a little bit to make it a little bit smoother before we apply the paint. We were able to mount the pieces last night. We did have to go ahead and cut a couple 45-degree angles, which we did right here with the saw. And we did need to kind of just make sure all the measurements were correct so that we can put everything together. And then because we had to fill in a couple of different items with some, I almost fell, with some grout, which is right here, I went ahead and kind of filled in different holes, and there weren't really that many holes. It was just kind of some of the corners that needed to be addressed. And then also I applied a couple on, the areas where we mounted so that it can be a little bit more seamless. So we went ahead and did that. And normally what you would do after that is you would then sand the grout that you put on there. However, or the caulk, grout, caulk. But normally what you do is you would then sand the caulk to make sure that everything is flat before you go ahead and put your paint. We did not do this. We couldn't find where our sander was, and we didn't have any like physical, like the manual sanders, and we have a machine that sands, and we just couldn't find it last night, and it was very, very late. So we were like, you know what? We're gonna have to put another coat on this, because as you guys remember, this was the white slat, it wasn't wood. So we knew that we needed to definitely put another coat there, and then also touch up a couple different places on the accent wall. So therefore we were like, okay, you know what? We're gonna have to paint it anyways, but so let's go ahead and just at least put the first coat in there, because we were very, very tired. We just wanted to move along, and we'll just come back and sand afterwards anything that like is still apparent to the naked eye. So as you can see, and like probably from the camera, like it looks pretty flat and you can't really tell, but there are different areas that do have a little bit of bumpiness. So now I'm actually going back with the sander to go ahead and to sand some of those areas. So that's essentially what I'm about to do now. I've already done a couple of them, and that's why you can kind of actually see the ones that are some of the white areas over here. So right now I'm going to address, let me see another one so that you guys can actually see up close. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, like right here, right there. Yeah, you guys can kind of see that. So those little imperfections, that's essentially what we're trying to solve for now with sanding it down. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take care of that one. We are done sanding. Not done. Okay, Hulk.
I don't know about Hulk. I just feel like paper fried.
Ooh. Are you sure? Now we're done, guys. Note to self: sand before painting. Although in this case it doesn't really matter. Alright guys, so now we are completely done with the wall and it's time to clean up.
Office, baby. Is it about right here?
Yeah. A dual monitor mount so that we can mount the two monitors. So I'm just unboxing that. This is the one we ended up getting. We could have, I guess, ordered online, but we didn't really feel like waiting. We just want to get everything done. Twist this down, which is good for it to tighten, you see? Okay. And that is done. So you see how this is now fully mounted? You're basically going to do the same thing for the other screen. But you can tell that with this, you're able to move up, down, sideways if you need to. You can move it out of the way like this. You see? I'm gonna go ahead and finish the other monitor and then come back and show you the result. So this is what the room looks like now. We still need the electrician to come in and change the light fixture. We ended up going with a white, really soft carpet instead of the brown one. We still have a little bit more decoration to do and also have 2 accent chairs coming. So stay tuned to see what the final look looks like. Thank you guys for tuning into this vlog, and make sure you comment, like, subscribe down below. See you guys later.